Hello everyone, it's SystemCollapse, and I'm back yet again playing Sevtech Ages. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. I'm having an absolutely wonderful one myself. We're going to get back to this pretty amazing pack here and kind of hammer things out. So, in between episodes, I did a bunch of stuff here. So, I went ahead and crafted up a whole bunch of stuff here we're going to be using today. We're going to be getting into a new power source. Ross going to be getting into compact machines and some mechanism stuff. Like, it's all over the place, man. The reason I went ahead and kind of just did this all willy-nilly is because all the recipes now are all the base recipes. There's nothing hard about them at all. Like, this is all normal. You know what I mean? Everything's normal. Everything's normal. Nothing was difficult at all whatsoever. Just a little bit of time crafting. So I just went ahead and got it done, and we're going to get to using it. So first thing we're going to do is actually advancement, though. So let's go to at compact, because this is an advancement. So we're going to get it done. Let's go ahead. We need one of these personalized shrinking device. Should be super simple. Go ahead and we're going to make some of these miniaturization fields. And we don't have everything. So let's go ahead and make a eye of ender and a torch. And this is pretty much all we need to get going with this mod. So right there we have an advancement. I'm actually going to grab this, kind of take it with us. Let's go set this up outside, I suppose, because it does have a few things in it that I need. So that is definitely a thing. Let's go ahead and kind of grab that jazz there. We're going to need some blocks of iron. These were a little bit of work. Pretty much the only thing I had to work on today, honestly. I had to go ahead and make some more black iron ingots in the kiln. And this is the only way to do it still. There's still no other way. And then I had to press them down. So you kind of go to, I guess, what is it? Use on this? Kind of go there. You see, to make the blocks, you actually need the metal press mold packing 3x3. And that'll actually give you your blocks. Because we need those to be able to make these here. The compact machine walls, which are pretty easy to make, but we're going to get them done. I do need some kind of placement blocks here just for the entire setup. So let's grab some of them. And what compact machines basically is, it creates a pocket dimension where you can go and kind of just build whatever you want in it, in little small dimensions. So the one we're going to do, for instance, is a 13 by 13 by 13. And that is the largest one. It's just a room in another dimension where you can kind of just do whatever you want in it. You can pipe items in and out, stuff like that. It's pretty cool for automation. So kind of, it gives you a nice compartmentalized block that you can then kind of pipe the items in and out of if you feel so, inclined. But we're going to use it for a power setup, and then I can stick that power pretty much anywhere. Pretty much makes an entire room power portable is what it's going to basically do. So pretty cool, and I really enjoy this mod. I've done it quite a bit ever since I became aware of it, and I'm going to continue to do so because it just cleans up messy builds that you can't really work with. And Mechanism is one of those mods that ends up messy almost no matter what you do. It's just because some of the machines have really odd-sidedness. So you notice there, I was right-clicking these miniaturization field projectors to tell me where to put the next one. It had green arrows pushing down. They also, for, I guess, the proper size, which is the one I did, you want to go for every second arrow, because otherwise it's trying to go for the, the 3x3x3 setup, and you won't be able to make the biggest compact machine. So I went with this setup here. This one's going to work. We're going to have to make the machine walls. Let's go ahead and grab them. So just block iron, put a piece of redstone on it, then throw in a redstone. It'll actually make the machine walls. And this is a cool little mechanic here. So you kind of just do that, kind of shrink down as it shrinks everything, and then it's just going to spin the world. We need about 100 of these. I think it was 98. Oh, why did I throw that on top? I'm derping all over the place. Let's get that fixed. There we go. And yeah, we need about 100 of these, I think it is, for this one. So 98 plus a block of emerald. I'll have to go grab the block of emerald here in a couple seconds. I didn't actually process much emerald, although at this point, I don't even care about maximizing it. That is a machine wall. I'm just going to get it from now on and probably just run it through the crusher, because we're just getting tons of it. If you go over to this thing now, this thing's actually gone. It'd say it again. I actually have it turned off because I can't even keep up with it. Actually, it might be on right now. Don't quote me on that. That thing too keeps breaking when I cross dimensions, because I went to the mood, fought another boss simply to try to get the buggy, because the buggy is one of the advancements, and I didn't get it. I got another one called cargo rocket, but I don't even know what that's for. I'm guessing they move cargo in between spots, so just items in between spots. But I messed up. Well, I did mess up. What am I talking about? I messed it up here. There we go. But every time I cross the dimension, it turns off our ritual. I have to take the crystal out, put it back in, and then restart the pack every time. So it is a little bit cumbersome, I guess you could say. But still so powerful that I'm willing to put up with it. I haven't checked the issues to see if it's been reported for the mod, not for the pack, but for the actual mod. That wouldn't have anything to do with Sevtech. That'd be a hellfire issue for sure. But anyway, we've got enough walls here, I think, now. Yeah, we'll be over 100. We're also going to make one of the tunnels. So this is the tunnels here. I actually get sets of 2 of them. And this is what you need to kind of be able to pump items in between the pocket dimension and back into the real world, right? So do that. I don't know if we need that right away, but we're going to get it done. The power source we're going to set up today is actually going to be advanced generators. And we're going to use mechanism ethylene to kind of power it. So yeah, it's going to be pretty efficient, to say the least. And once it's fully set up, it should give us about 25,000 RF, which is pretty fantastic when you think about it. But anyway, let's go make a wand. I actually want a wand here. Let's queue to a wand. It is right there. Let's do that. I know you're lying. You want oak, don't you? This system, it's weird. Like, oak, when it's needed in recipes, it doesn't grab it. I don't understand what's going on there. Don't know if it's a pack issue or something else, but definitely doing that kind of stuff with things. It's kind of strange. Little bug here. I should probably throw that on the issue tracker, or at least check the issues, see if it's there. But anyway, there we go. One thing that is getting changed in the pack when it finally gets updated is my shearing block. So at some point we're gonna have to automate wool, because yeah, that shearing block was not intended at all whatsoever, and I don't really want to cheese it. It's just at the time I wasn't sure, right? It's age 4. I thought maybe he was just like, hey, get this stuff easier. That is not the intention. Same as the squeezer, leather. You shouldn't be getting it that way. There's modular machines for that stuff, so it does make sense. But we'll get to that when the time comes. What was I trying to grab right here? Oh, emerald. Let's do that. We only have 10 men. Definitely gonna have to get those converted over. We have about 300, I think, in that crate over there. I just haven't bothered with it. Anyway, gotta go up here. Need to take the emerald. The way you tell where the I guess the block goes, if you go to compact, check the machine. If you hold shift, it'll actually give you a hollowed out version. Kind of see the outline in the center, kind of how there's like an empty block of air in between it and the machine walls. So it kind of gives you an idea exactly how it's built. Anyway, do that. So you can look that up. But this is the maximum size one. Be nice if there were bigger ones, actually. Be pretty cool, I think. But let's get this done here. And throw in ender pearl. And that's going to be our compact machine right there. And that's the biggest one. Like I said, the smallest one is a 3x3. And it has very limited use. You can't do much in a 3x3x3, honestly. You can do stuff. I did once use it for an infinite water source. I forget which pack I did that in. But I threw the infinite water source in there and just piped it out through the tunnels. Which worked pretty good. But limited use at that size, right? Anyway, get that going there. Come on. This one takes a little while, but the machine looks so good anyway. It's not bad to kind of watch it, so definitely a thing. So let's go ahead and I guess just drop this stuff off here, because I don't want to clog my inventory. I'm going to have to get to the wireless crafting soon. I just need to fight some withers. Let's grab that. It's actually, let's go right here. For all that matters, let's just do that. And what did I do with the shrinking device? Because it doesn't use it when it crafts it. Maybe I've thrown it in here. Shrink. Yeah, right there. Yeah, so when you originally make this, you need it to make the actual miniaturization fields, but it doesn't actually use it. So I just accidentally threw it in there. All I should have to do now is right click on that. And it may cause some lag. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. The first time you go in there, into this dimension, is a little lagger than the rest. Later on, you usually don't have to wait so long. But it's going to load us up into a room. This is actually a compact machine. And this is what it looks like. It's just a room with emptiness. Oh, I forgot my my crate. And okay, let's take a look at what we're actually going to get to today. What we're going to get to is setting up a gas turbine from advanced generators, and we're going to power it with ethylene. Using ethylene, we're going to be able to get, what, 25,000 RF tick? As long as I have enough speed upgrades. I don't know if I do yet, but if we don't, it's just more speed upgrades, man. We need to be able to make biofuel. So to do that, we're going to have a crusher, grinding down compostable material, and this is going to be the first part of it we take care of, I should say. We're also going to need hydrogen, which is going to be water put through an electrolytic separator, and that's going to give us hydrogen and oxygen. That oxygen is going to be kind of used later as well with this substrate. Go to use on that. Actually going to make us HDPE pellets, which is pretty fantastic, because with those HDPE, if you go to use on those, we can make these sheets, which then turn into these plastic blocks, the light plastics, which are used with this here, with the compact machine kind of setup, which will let us make the casing that is used for the industrial foregoing machine. So we're kind of handling two things at once because they kind of go hand in hand. I have an inventory just full of stuff here, and we're going to be using the bulk of it, so I'm going to get it going. First thing I'm going to get going, though, is infinite water. So to do infinite water in here is going to be really simple because, well, we have mechanism pumps now, and they're pretty OP because they don't care about the pack's rules at all whatsoever. We're just going to, well, that's the wrong setting there. We want it on rotate. So hold shift, and you can kind of just wheel mouse until you get to the right one. There we go. I'm going to make it face this way. Going to grab a power cell, throw that there, just give it some power, and then we kind of move on. So let's do that. Let's set it to out, and you'll see this thing's going to fill up with water here, which is pretty cool. Moves a bucket at a time. Looks about one, maybe a half a tick, like 1 every 10 ticks or so. 1/2 a second, I should say. It's not really 1 a tick or anything, but it seems like it's a good pace. But that will handle that pretty easily. So that handles that. The water has to be pumped out of the top, so we're going to have to do that in a second. The first thing we're going to set up are these garden cloches. We're just going to kind of throw these right here. And these are going to grow melons for us, actually, so that is pretty awesome. We'll just throw one there, throw some dirt there, then maybe some of these seeds. And throw this some water. The water is going to go in the bottom, so we'll do that real quick. I need the pipes. Let's grab pipes. We need to pull water out of here. Sweet. We'll just kind of bring it down. The wiring is not going to be pretty for this at all. It's actually going to not be almost explicitly attractive wiring at all, but it's going to work in the end. So mechanism, man, I just don't even want to bother with the piping half time. They have good pipes, but I don't like it when you have to do it with mechanism because their machines are really weird sided. But anyway, that's going to start growing melons. You can see that there. They're kind of grown up. It actually looks really cool. And we're going to throw some compacting drawers probably on top of those. But before we do that, actually, let's actually pull this for a second. 1 second. I want this melon out of here. It's going to go wonky if I don't do this. So let's go ahead, and grab. I need the logisticals. Let's grab those. Let's kind of break these connections. We won't actually break them. We're just going to tell them to pull. So let's get to items. Set that to pull on each one. Now it's going to automatically attach to these when they kind of get connected here, which is cool. And we're going to tell those ones to pull too. If I don't do this, it makes it so the items come out and they'll cycle back into the cloches, which is exactly what we don't want. So that's the only reason I really did that. If I did it from the top, I wouldn't have even had to worry about it, or from the front. The next thing we want to do is pull that into the crusher. Did I not grab the crusher? I'd like a crusher. There's a crusher right there. That looks like something I want. Let's do that. And we're going to have to tell the crusher to accept items on that side. So I guess we could do it input right there. And that should make it so it can just accept melons, right? So do that and throw that in there. And that should be good to go. So we do need to kind of power that one up as well. Let's kind of go, I suppose, bring that down here somewhere. And that should handle that. So that's going to start grinding things down. It's going to make the biofuel, and that actually handles the whole first part of that. Let's go ahead and let these kind of produce melons now. Guess we can let them. Oh, I pulled the dirt, not the melon seeds, right? I was looking for melon seeds. Sweet, and that'll start producing melons. So that's cool. That is the first part of it. That's our biofuel. So the next part of this is going to be these, and I have to decide which order I'm going to do this. I think it's dependent on the separator. Okay, because this thing is sided. So I think the hydrogen is made in this side, and the water, not water, the oxygen comes out that side. So I'm going to give it a little room here. I want to move it over one more. Let's do that. Let's grab the reaction chamber. Sweet. Because this one is going to have to get the biofuel. It has to get that. It also needs to get water. And then, what else does it need? It needs one more thing. Oh yeah, the hydrogen that's going to come out of this one, right? So let's go ahead and get them hooked up to water, I suppose. Let's go do that. Sweet and sweet. So that should give them both water. That's awesome. And this is going to need the biofuel. Easiest way to do that. Let's see here. Oh, this isn't making it. Let's give it power first. Then we can make sure the oxygen's good again. Guess it's probably the best way to do it. We want for, what do we want? Power. I'm already confusing myself. Mechanical pipe, universal. There we go. So many pipes, man. Let's just bring it across, I suppose. Kind of like that. Sweet and sweet. So they're getting power. They're producing hydrogen and oxygen. I'm going to tell it to dump excess. So if it gets over a certain point, it's going to stop kind of producing it. So right now it's going to end up with more oxygen because we're not using it. So we want it to keep producing stuff, but if the tank gets full, it kind of stops. So I'm just going to set them both to dump and then make sure this one here, I suppose, is set to accept gases. So we have all these tabs here, energy, fluids, gas. You can figure all the sides, but we want this side right, I believe. Yeah, so it'll start getting hydrogen, and all it needs now is this jazz, and then it should be good to go. So let's grab some logisticals. Oops, just moved my logisticals. That's, oops. I'm doing a lot of oopses. Too early for oopses, we just started. Grab you. And tell this to accept items on that side. Wait, I might have to tell it to pull. Actually, I might be able to set it in here. Some of these machines you could set to auto eject. Auto eject items right there, right? There we go. It's just going to shoot items in there. And it's already getting its biofuel, and it's producing this stuff called substrate, which is actually a problem, and we need to deal with that as well. Did I actually get drawers? I did. Okay, let's go ahead. Grab the drawers, and I'm going to deal with the substrate right away by just telling that to hopefully auto-object out of the front. Let's see here. That one. So it's the middle one. Let's turn that one off because it doesn't need to be on. There we go. So the substrate's going to come at the front. That way it won't get backed up for a while. We're going to need that anyway, so it doesn't matter. Same as we're going to need that oxygen. But that is kind of the first part of the setup. So, yeah. Ooh, I got a problem. We has a problem. It's not a big problem, but we need to deal with it. Can't I just pick these up? You can't pick up drawers? It's the first time we tried, to be honest. We are going to have to break this, though. We don't have a side to access anything else on, so we actually have to move everything. We're going to have to move those machines one higher, most likely. Kind of do it that way. There we go. We have a way to get the ethylene out, which was the problem. And we should be able to deal with that now. Okay, so next part of this. Let's go. Next part would be probably setting up the generator. Probably be the best idea. Kind of get rid of that. Get rid of that. I could put that in the drawer to get it out of my way. Generator is going to be super simple to set up. So, yeah, it's pretty sweet like that. We have a bunch of blocks here. We have 50 of the Melon turbines. Turbines? I just said turbine. Melon turbines. Each one of these, you can see, produces 500 RF. This thing's going to produce 25,000 and not use a lot of fuel, actually. These are high-density power capacitors. They're actually not that expensive. Couple steps, but each one holds 25 million RF, so well worth it. We have a gas intake. That's going to be able to utilize the gas we're setting in there, which is going to be the ethylene. We have the gas turbine controller. Got a flux generator, so we can actually send the power out. These two here are a little special. You don't have to use these, but they increase the efficiency. So the first one, I guess, is the fuel air mixer. Increases up to 135. And this one increases it further up to 185. And you have to have this one to be able to use that one. The last ones are the fuel tanks. I think these ones make it so you're going to hold 16 extra tanks of liquid, and they're not that expensive. So I figured they're not liquid fuel. So yeah, I thought I'd get that. Doesn't even matter where this thing goes, to be honest. Let's just put it somewhere. Let's do that. And let's go across 10, I suppose. We can pretty much put it any way we want. This thing's completely modular. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Which is funny because this is modular, but modular machines is not modular. This is pretty much the epitome of modular, right? So we can kind of just build it any way we want. I mean, I could go it this way. It doesn't care. As long as you don't see a broken line there, it's actually connected to it. It also tells you too, I didn't show you that on the controller. It tells you exactly how many of each component this thing could use. So that's why I went with the 50 on the turbine, because you can see there 1 to 50. So for the different components, they all have limitations of how many you can actually connect to it, but it doesn't care how they're connected, which is pretty cool. So we have a gas intake and a flux. Those are kind of our last things. I'll wait on those because it really depended on where everything is going to go. So ethylene, we're going to pull that out of the bottom. That is gas. So we're going to need the tubes for that one. So we'll kind of just bring it, is it this one? Yeah, this way. I'll have to find which one is the correct kind of setting for that, for the sides wise. Gas intake valve. You should be able to throw that right there. That's going to connect. And I need to find which side is gas. Side config. Want to go to gases. Is this the bottom? No. Go to side config again. Go to gases. Let's turn that one off, I suppose. Oh, it is gases. Okay, so we want, might be that one. I should be able to see it connect when it does it. No? I thought it would be this one. What side would that be? If it doesn't say liquid, it's a gas, by the way, just so you know. Let's go to, I guess, side config, go to gases, and set these all to blue. Oh, not those two. Okay, apparently this thing can't export out of the, I'm guessing that's the problem. Let's try it out of the front. Because maybe, this is why these machines sometimes frustrate me. Because you don't really know the sidedness. Like, but they let, why'd that just let, no. You guys saw that, right? The second I broke it, it was like, yep, it works. Anyway, we should get some power producing it here. So we have about 5 buckets of Ethylene. And then, yeah, we got a good little amount coming in there. I have no idea why that just decided to suddenly work. I'm just going to pretend that's the way it should be. I suppose. Let's pull you out. And throw their substrate in. Sweet. And everything should be working, right? I just want to make sure now because it was so derpy. That is that. It's not getting power anymore. Oh, I messed up a side on power. How did I do that? Side. Let's go to energy. What? Oh, it's nighttime. I bet you anything is nighttime. Okay, I was absolutely correct. It was actually the void miner kind of draining all our power, but we're good to go now. So we're going to go ahead and kind of continue with this. The next part of this is actually making it so we can make the HDPE with the substrate that we're already getting as a byproduct. So we're going to take the liquid ethylene, but we don't have liquid ethylene. We actually just have straight up ethylene right now because that's what this thing is producing. Just, well, you can't really see it right now, but every time this goes through, it's regular ethylene. We need to turn that into a liquid form, and the way we're going to do that is with this rotary condensator, kind of get that going. I'm just not really sure where to put it. I guess maybe here, because I can pull the ethylene. If I can get the oxygen through the top, will it let me do that? No, it's sided. So the output, I think, is the big one, right? I think that's the way that works. And the small one is the input. These silly sided machines, man. Let's go. Guess I could put it right there, couldn't I? Or maybe not. Power hookups, man. Guess we'll take it out here somewhere. I gotta think about how the pressurized reaction chamber is gonna sit in this one too, I suppose. Let's go. Because it needs to be able to get oxygen in it. So, I mean, I could do that right here, right? I should be able to just pump oxygen straight out of this. Let's see here. Let's go to sided. Let's go to gases and input on that side. So it's already getting us oxygen. Okay, cool. Oxygen is going in. I thought this thing was sided. We'll see. We'll see when we try to put the liquid ethylene in. But anyway, let's go and get the next part of this done. I guess we could just do something like this, maybe? To pull the ethylene over? I'm guessing here. Like I said, this isn't going to be pretty at all. But this should get some of the ethylene as it goes by. It shouldn't get all of it. I don't expect to get all of it. That's fine. And we can speed that up anyway. And then grab... What do we need here? We need power down this side. So let's grab that. There's going to be one janky looking setup when we're done. But I'm okay with that, man. As long as she works. There we go. That'll give that power. So it's getting ethylene. It's turning it into liquid ethylene. And we need to pump it back up. So the liquid pipes, we're going to need pipes, right? Instead of actual tubes. So let's do that because it's now liquid. Right? And then tell that side to be able to accept stuff. Let's go. That's that side. We need it on fluids. That. There we go. I think we can set this to... no, this one doesn't have an auto eject option apparently. But we can tell it to pump it out. And this is what I'm talking about, these machines. They're so weird in how they work. Each one's kind of a little different. Because, you know, one will have a whole bunch of side configs, and this one's four-sided. One will let you kind of auto-eject the liquids, and the next one won't. It's really weird how it works. But anyway, it's doing its stuff, and it looks like it's getting everything. So the last thing we need to get in here is the actual substrate, right? Oh, no, I think I see a problem. So this is working and everything, but we are going to have to change that. Let's do it like that. As goofy as that is, kind of change that to a mechanical pipe. And because we need one more side, otherwise we can't pull items out. That's basically all I'm thinking there. Let's go to universal cable. And I need to get ethylene in here. So I'm going to have to change that. I wonder if we can put the ethylene through the bottom. Let's try that. Let's go pressurized tube across here, right? Oh no, we already know this thing's sighted. This thing's gonna get it's gonna look like Frankenstein when it's done. So I would go there, but I have to get substrate into this as well. Oh no. Things have gone awry. So we're gonna change our setup. Okay, so this rotary condensator is gonna have to go elsewhere. Maybe somewhere like here. There you go. And then we can pump the ethylene in through that side. Oh, that looks so bad. But I'm not going to worry about it. Once it's in here, I'll never look at it again. Let's go pressurized tube. There we go. Let's see if we can get some ethylene in here. It is going up, I think. I just want to make sure it's still getting some. There we go. We can pump the items through that side, then I can still pull items. That's all I really care about. So let's go ahead and grab some logisticals, if I can find those. Sweet. I guess we'll pull from here. Go to there. We'll not be able to use auto eject, so tell the pipe to pull. And it's going to have to be told to let items then. Oh, this is the wrong machine. Those have to get into the PRC. I'm doing things completely backwards, man. Let's go ahead and grab Kiss Universal, wire it all yanky like that. And logisticals, right? And then we should be able to set the front of this. I'll just use this so I don't have to worry about any of that jazz. Let's go to that. There we go. And see if it gets in there, which it seems like it. And that's making HDPE right there. So that will handle that, which is pretty cool. And at first I was going to put a void upgrade on this one, but I don't think I need to. That way, when this one is full on HDPE, I should never have to worry about it, right? I need to stop trying to use that as the machine that's going to get the stuff and the things that we need, because it's definitely not the one. It's actually the PRC. There we go. And there we go. The HDPE is going down. It's taking care of it. This thing is almost full on fuel, but it's falling behind somewhere because it's not keeping up. It's going to need definitely speed upgrades here. So let's do a couple in this. Let's actually grab our bag. See if we can get the fuel kind of coming in at a good pace. Let's grab all these speed upgrades. Let's do that. And void upgrades I decided I didn't need. Let's grab you. There we go. Speed and energy upgrades. Speed upgrades are going to, well, make it faster, right? Let's do that. Let's throw like 4 in this one, I think. And the energy upgrade is going to make it so it takes more power. And at the same time, it does 2 things. What is it? It does increases efficiency as well. So pretty cool. Each one, I believe, can take 8. So that is kind of like the stack kind of size of it. But not worried about that right now. We got 4 speeds in there. Let's throw in 4 energies. And at that point, I think it's going to be able to keep up with this generator, actually. So that is pretty cool. Kind of see how the power gain is. Well, it's not right now, but it's also draining stuff from here. And that's going to happen until this thing's backed up. Once this thing's backed up, it shouldn't do that anymore. Oh, it's not getting ethylene now. What did I do wrong now? Do I... Oh, I didn't set this to pull. There we go. Sweet. Going good. Making sure I changed everything right. What do I have here? Current behavior. For what, though? What am I on? Items. Don't even care about that side. Fine. Do your thing. Anyway, let's go over here. See how this is doing. So it's not keeping up fully yet, but it is doing well. It's producing a lot of power. Once this gets 2,000, 50, I got an entire crate full of, entire drawer, I should say, of materials. It'll stop actually wanting ethylene anymore, which is actually pretty good. And, we won't have to worry about that anymore. Substrate's going in there, but it's totally backed up. Could speed that one up too, but I don't really care about the speed on this one. I don't think that much. That one doesn't really matter. And this is going good. Like, everything seems like it's working now. I mean, I could speed it up more, I suppose. And kind of keep the production up. Let's do that. Because these are the only 2 that really matter in the long run. It's going to be the crusher and the actual PRC that's producing the ethylene. Outside of that, it doesn't matter. I think once we have this out of the mix, I might be able to do 2 of these generators full. Possibly with one of these setups. So that is pretty cool if it actually turns out being that way. Because I could stick another one here any way I want. I mean, I just make it look uglier, right? Wouldn't hurt anyone. Only you guys would know. Upgrades, we got energy in here. How many we got? Got 7 of 8. Throw in one more. Effects 10 times is the effect. This thing's going to start using a lot of power is the only problem. Guess we can go back. Yeah, this is using... Oh, almost nothing. What? It only uses 20 RF a tick with that many energy upgrades? I thought it scaled less effectively than that. Wow, that is crazy, actually. Now that I look at it. 8, 10 times speed. And if this thing's not getting backed up, I don't think it ever will. Yeah, definitely able to keep up. Of course, it's full on power, but that's fine. This should be getting backed up as well. Yeah, that's going. And that's that, man. That's us, and we got Ethylene, we got power, we got advanced generator that can produce 25,000 RF a tick. Once this gets backed up, it won't be even an issue anymore, and that's pretty cool. So last thing we really need to do is grab a flux generator. Let's do that. Let's grab a tunnel so we can actually pump the power out, right? Because right now the power is not going anywhere, and we might as well have it so we could actually use it. In here, I think I have a better, yeah, I have an advanced power cell. To make those is really easy. Just takes these infused diamonds, which is just the dimensional shards that we're getting for the void miner anyway, in a diamond. So really easy to make, so very worthwhile. Let's go ahead, actually move that up one more, because I don't know, I actually don't think it can direct connect the way I'm thinking. Let's do it this way. Let's go ahead, grab that right there. Let's move that one more, and I actually made cables for this anyway, so let's go ahead and do that. We're going to need a card, I suppose. We have 2 right there. And I had better cables set just for this. I'm using these ones here because they transfer exactly 25,600. This thing could only produce 25,000 anyway, so it's going to be able to move all the power. We're going to set it to go out this way, but we actually need to set the side. I'm actually going to tell it to move everything up. Why is that not connecting? Up? Oh, I know why. We need to go put the actual power cell on the outside first. Then it'll be good to go. Anyway, let's go up. Let's go outside, I suppose. Do that. We may have to go back to the machine, though. Every once in a while it does that to me, I remember. If not, we'll see it just start filling up with power, even when it doesn't have a card in it, which is kind of what we're going for, and hopefully it works, because it'll make our life a little bit easier. Let's go. Grab the power cell. Throw you here. Yeah, you're not getting power right now, so let's actually go inside. See if that connection formed. Hopefully it did. Let's see here. The power, you can see there, the connection is there now. It used to tell you what was on the other side of that tunnel. It doesn't anymore, sadly. But yeah, there's definitely a power cell there. So we're going to go back outside, see if it's getting power now. If so, hook it up to the system. And, we should be good to go. So there, set that to in. There we go. You can see how quick it filled up. And bam, done. That is that, man. That is pretty cool. That is power. That is our Ethylene, and that is definitely a thing. But I'm going to go inside because it's nighttime. And okay, I think I'm going to wrap this one up here. I'm just going to let everyone know that I do have Discord. If you want to stop up by, say hello, any of that jazz, feel free. Everyone is welcome. Just keep it classy. That's all I ask. I also have a Patreon. If you want to think about taking a look at that, maybe think about supporting me moving forward, making videos, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But I am going to end this one here. So as always, if you guys like this video, please hit that like button. If you really liked it, hit that subscribe button. It is always appreciated. Well, you guys have a good one. I'll see you guys next video. Later.